Hello, my name is Jim Hummer from Solver. Today we're going to be looking at SAP Business One. In particular, we're going to be looking at sales orders, and we're going to be looking at salespersons on different levels. This includes the master or dimension level, the header, and then also the line level. And we're going to be looking at that in conjunction with BI 360. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into sales order, and we're going to generate an order here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to choose a customer. And I'm going to go and then choose a item. I like hard drives, so I'm going to go and choose a hard drive here. So it puts in a order number 413 and puts the posting date of 2018. And just because this is a demo database and we have different fiscal years, I'm going to change that to 2007. I'm going to put my delivery date as 2007 too. Okay. So that is my basic order. And I'm going to go add that. And then I can go here and then find that. And so now my order is in the system. So I'm going to go look at that in BI 360. I'm going to utilize the Report Composer. It's an ad hoc query tool. I can also use the Report Designer in Excel, and I can display that report in Excel, or I can use that into our web portal product. So you have basically 3 different distribution methodologies you can use. So this is the metadata, and we have different modules to match what's in SAP Business One. So these are called fact sets, and we have these in the system. So we have sales order rows, and then we have sales orders. And so we're going to see if we can find that in our system here. So I'm going to expand that, and within this we have all our links, and we basically have what's called dimensions. So if I choose my item number, and I like to go from rows first, so you don't have to, but that's a practice I like to do. If I expand my item number, I can see my item description in conjunction with it. If I want to go and say I want to do row total, I can just type R's, and it kicks me down through to what's called measures. Measures are basically numbers and quantities, because with BI 360 you aggregate, somewhat like a pivot table. So they basically go from dimensions and then what's called light dimensions and then to measures. So I'm going to add a little bit more data in there. I'm going to add my posting date. And I'm going to add my text in here too. Okay. I'm going to go up here to my posting date and drop this into my filter area up here. And we're going to filter this a little bit later. And I'm also going to add my document internal number, and that is the order number itself. So I'm going to go into the actual header, which is orders, and see how they're linked together. I'm going to add my BP code, which is my customer, and expand that, and then add my BP name. So I went and my posting date was 2007. And then November. So I'm just going to choose that, and then I'm going to run that. Let's take out this text here. And this is going to show me my documents within that range. So if I go to my internal document here, I can see my 413 right there. So if I want to go and actually make this more definitive, I can make this 29, or I can go into what's called the date lookup, date picker. I can just choose those 2 dates, and I can run that, and I can show my numbers. So now let's look at salespeople. So I have my BP code, or my customer. And then underneath that, I have my salesperson dim. So if I go expand that, and I see my salesperson employee name and add that, I get Brad Thompson. So let's go and see what we have inside of SAP. So if I go here and I go into my customer, and I can see that yes, this is Brad Thompson. So if I change this to James Bosick, and I'm going to click here and go OK. Okay, and then if I go to my report composer and I refresh that, you see how that name changed. Okay, so I can change that in conjunction with my card in my sales card here, and that salesperson can change. All right. So let's actually look at the line. So we look at the sales employee line here, and we have the sales employee name on the line. And we'll put that right there. And see that's different than what the card is. So here we have Brad Thompson and Jim Boswick. So by default, it puts what's in the card and it puts it into the line. So let's go find that in the line here. So if we click here, we go under accounting, we go down, we see the line is Brad Thompson. So if we change this to Sophie and update existing rows, and then update, let's go to our report, and we'll see that changed to Sophie. So that's on the line level. So we can also look at the sales order itself. I could go through it, but I'm going to back out and go to the sales order. And I have my sales employee code there. And I can have my sales employee name header. And so I go here and then execute this. And this says Sophie. So let's go into SAP Business 1. And here's my header. So I put Sophie. I'm going to change this to James Kahn. So update existing row. No, because it would change what I have in my rows. And then hit update. And let's see what that does. So now if I refresh this, it changed it to James Kahn because that's what's on the header. So it allows you to report off 3 different levels based upon what your sales plan is. So you can have one order that has multiple salespersons, and then you can report on it with BI 360 and determine your sales report based on the different levels. So we looked at the customer card or dimension, or master some people call it, and then we also looked at the header as well as the line. So that completes my presentation. Thank you.